All right, hot damn, we made it. So I'm at the auction facility here, the pickup location. I won two bikes, the KLR650 to 2023, and then I bought a 2009 ZX6. All right, well, about an hour wait. We got them loaded up as best I could, and unfortunately they're sticking out the back of the truck, but these things are in there pretty good. So I got everything home safe and sound, and I didn't mention this before, but both of these cowies have no front brakes. And of course the ZX has a broken clip on them which has the front brake to it, but it doesn't matter because all the brake fluid's gone. And for whatever reason, this guy's empty too. So go figure. But luckily where I live, there's a lot of landscape changes and elevation changes, So I was able to back up into this slope right here. And if I clean up some of this mess, should be no problem just pulling these bikes right on off. So let's get on strapping. So this 650 is way heavier than that ZX. Notice at the bottom, that banjo was loose, tightened it up. You probably can't see it, but it's actually a little darker here from where all the brake fluid was weeping out. Next, I'm gonna go up here, pop off that cap, and see if I can't pump these back up, because this thing is just so freaking heavy. The front end, look at the handlebars, they're that way, and the wheel is basically straight. So it's just gonna be super tough trying to get this thing out of here. Yeah, that was fun. So front tire ended up sliding off the ramps, but it actually helped me because you got it off the ramps faster. Yeah, there was just so much air bubbles in there. I didn't have time to plug in my compressor, so I never had any front brakes. I just clutched it and let the motor be my brake. But yeah, that sucked. Okay, well, I had a microphone on me, but for whatever reason it decided not to work, so I gotta do this voice recording. Now, notice that pine tree behind the bike there. In the previous clip, it was actually a lot smaller, and that's because this cowie has been sitting here for 16 months. So I just had a lot of other projects going on, and mostly I had zero space in my garage. Now I got some room, so hopefully we can get this thing in there today and start getting this bad boy ripped apart. I'll tell you what, this bike will be able to make a hard right hand turn. This is gonna suck. Okay, in gear. Oh Jesus. Need a little help. Come on. Yep. Dude, I swear this pine tree must have, it probably grew 2 foot. Come on, big girl. There we go. There we go. Hey-ya, hey-ya. Dude. Yeah. All right, first thing, this thing's been ridden in over a year. Beautiful. Okay, I think I'm gonna be able to make this turn. Oh, maybe. Oh, dude. Oh God, this mount. This thing is. Oh, it's a tank. Oh, there we go. There we go. How did the ass end just kick out? There we go. Oh yeah, she's liking it now. Oh. Phew. Here we go. Oh man. Beautiful. You know what? Doesn't push all that bad right now. Yes. Yes. Let's go get this garage door open. All right, time to meet your home. Hopefully for no longer than the next 2 months. There it is. Got her in here. Nice. Okay, let's check this out real quick. There we go. Ready for this one? Odometer. Ooh-wee. 538. Man, some poor soul only got 538 miles out of her. So, don't know anything about these bikes. Engine light, don't know if it goes away, and red light, don't know the situation there. Also, I got a battery light. I don't know if that will go away or if it shows up when the battery's low. No idea, because I don't know anything about these bikes. What I do know is that, oh, that right there, that's like a moss, right? Back in there. Yeah, well, it doesn't just magically get up in there. So, there's some more under there. All right, let's see what kind of little rodent made a home. Let's get this bad boy out of here. All right, where's my, what's this do? This is the first time checking anything out because this might be my only key. Oh, there we are. Okay, cleaned out. That's good. Whoever had this bike, at least they got their stuff out. Now, rear seat. How do you get that thing off? Is there a key for that, or do you got to use some tools? Okay, here we are. I already got this one off the other side. And then this guy right here. hopefully I don't see a massive nest under here. Moment of truth. That's not good. It's not horrible. Oh no, I see movement. Not horrible, it's a lot of moss, but look, movement. Right down in there. Stink bug. Okay, let's give this a little once over. Not seeing any wires that have been gnawed on yet. Looks to be vacant. That's what I'd like to see. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, well there you have it. First confirmed casualty of the mouse. Right there, he was gnawing on that clip. Those wires. I mean, come on man, does it taste that good? You get a light in here. So that looks like the only area he was chewing on for a little snackarooski at nighttime. That's not that bad though. That's fixable. And it looks like it's mostly just the one wire. There's my battery down there. I want to pop this cover off and just out of curiosity, check that battery voltage. Means how this thing's been sitting forever. A little bit of rust. Dang it. That's why I hate leaving things outside. Ooh, we got a long cover, huh? Just need to grommet back here. Oh, never mind. Beautiful. Okay, what we got here? If it's 11.4, I think I can save this battery. Sweet. All right, well, this is about all I'm going to do for today. That's a little loose too. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this thing on the trickle overnight. Not that I'm going to be starting this bike anytime soon, because, I mean, I would love to, but in the same sense, I always pretty much rip everything apart, make sure it's 100% good to go. I mean, I want to look inside this air box and make sure somehow this little rodent didn't find its way inside the air box area, leave stuff, you know, in the throttle body, going in the carburetor, whatever. Well, this doesn't have a carburetor, but you get what I'm saying. Thanks to my neighbor, I get this lift right here. So I'm going to take off the skid plate, crash bars on both sides, and then I'll be able to hopefully slide this lift under here and get this front end off the ground so I can start ripping all this crap out of here. Ah, figures. Oh, you too. Well, I guess I could say it's a lucky thing that this skid plate is plastic. Oh man, there's a nut on the backside, seriously. Because this bike was in a crash, so a lot of these metal pieces are going to be bent. And if I do straighten one piece, then another piece isn't going to align correctly. And then it just creates more and more work to get all this stuff back on the bike once you take it off. Okay, so I decided to leave these crash bars. That way it just gives me more surface area so I can better support this thing and not have to worry about it falling over. Oh yeah, let's try this. Up you go. Oh, I was gonna say, why is this thing heavier than yesterday? Okay. Alright, well, now that she's up, I'm going to pop off some of this body work up here. I want to get to this radiator. I noticed the reservoir was a little bit low, so I just want to verify the fluid level on that. There's a sight glass. Oil level is high, so it's all the way filled in that sight glass. I wish I would have been able to investigate that before I got on the center stand, and now I can't do anything. But yeah, rip this crap off, and then I want to pop off the cover to the exhaust and the air box, because I'm going to look inside the air box, make sure it's all good in there, and then try to start this thing up just because I want to verify the condition of the motor, because obviously if it's not sounding too good, even though it's only got 538 miles on it, if the motor's got issues, then I got to figure out what I want to do with this bike. You know, part it out or continue on trying to get this thing back on the road. So let's get it. How much are these bad boys? All right. Super expensive, probably. Okay, let's see what we're working with in here. I mean, the radiator looks perfect, so I don't expect to see any issues. Flashlight. Come on, you little rascal. All right, right to the top. Well, this is why it's crucial to do your research before you buy a bike at auction. Okay, check out the graphic, right? That's our center line, right with the gas tank. Okay, center, Okay, I am straight up and down. I should not be able to see the bottom side down there. And that's because that whole entire is twisted. Ah, man. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, the camera really does this no justice whatsoever. But that is badly twisted. Here's a look at the bottom. Okay, straight. And then keep going up. And you can see it start to twist. Man, that sucks so bad. I really wanted this to be a nice, easy project and get it back on the road. So, again, here's the options, right? I can, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna research what it is to get a new frame, see how much that's gonna set me back. And then from there, you know, see what I can do about parting this bike out, I guess. That's a shame. That is definitely a shame. I mean, I guess the only plus side I can say is that if I do have a brand new frame, then at least it's a clean title, because as of right now, it's a salvage title, which is a whole process to get that, you know, back to like a legitimate title. So, man, yeah, I mean, if the frame's more than $500, this is, I don't think I'm going to be about trying to fix this thing for at least the road. I may try to see what I can Frankenstein together just to have this thing off-road usage. But again, I mean, that is badly twisted, you know, even besides the fact that, you know, the tire's jacked up and the forks and whatnot. It's, yeah, I'm going to be in a couple grand on this one. Besides that horrible news, I still want to hear this thing fire up. So let's get this cover removed. Almost caught it. All right, look at that. Whew. Yep. All right, I got a good feeling about this air box, though. I don't think that little rodent found a way inside of there. Hey-o! Alright, we're good. My God, that's sad, man. You know, I hope that guy that crashed made it out, because it just sucks, you know, and he has a new bike already, because 538 miles. I mean, look at this air filter. It's brand new. Not a speck of dirt on it, so obviously, you know, the dude crashed on the roadway. So, what are we thinking? She gonna fire right up? This gas, probably about 2 years old. The battery, I got on the tender. It's around 13 volts, which I want to see what it does, though, just out of curiosity. When I do turn the ignition switch on and the fuel tank primes up, what it drops down to. Because a lot of times, even though it's showing good voltage now, once you put load to it. Okay, 13 volts, 12.2, 12 volts, 11.9, 11.8, holding at 11.8, 11.7. Yeah, this might not be enough to crank her. Okay, but the battery light that I did see up there is gone now, so that tells me something. And there was a red light over here, which maybe means that, hey, there's an issue, and then that was related to the battery. Engine light's still on. Usually that's, I'm assuming that's because the oil pressure,
No.
probably. It's 11.6 and slowly dropping. And what else we got here? Ooh, high beams. Low beam. Those high beams suck down a 1/10 of a volt. Kill switch with bird crap on it. We're good to go there. I don't know if you gotta pull the clutch in or not. I don't hear any clicking for a safety switch. Oh my god! That is brutal. Where is it? I don't see it. Where are you at? Honk. I don't know where that thing is, but it must have took a hit. 11.56. All right, let's try it. It dropped to 9 volts. All right, it's got potential. Let me go hook up a real jump pack here. And ignition off, 11.8. And slowly rising. Alright, real jump pack coming at you. On the plus side, you heard the bike crank, so it's not locked up. 14.4, ignition on, 13 or so. Alright, back to 14. Alright, here we go. It's about 10 volts. See if we can smell anything. It's not anything. I mean, this is fuel injected. Fuel injected, old fuel. Hey, what was that? Good enough. Yeah, I don't want to smoke myself out. Also, I don't know if there's any weird things touching the motor and all that kind of good stuff, because I'm getting a couple smells right now, which is mostly dirt burning off from the headers. But alright, well, motor sounds great. I would imagine it shifts perfectly. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, let's just go ahead and do that real fast. Let me bang through some gears before I rip this bike down any further. And that way, I know that the transmission is good to go also. In the unfortunate event that I have to abandon this bike. So hopefully the clutch works too. Let's see if it'll start without the battery charger hooked up. Negative. Okay, so I guess the battery's toast also. Oh well. Okay. I gotta make sure that thing doesn't hit the ground. That would suck. Alright. Make for a good video, I guess. Here we go. Come on, bro. Maybe we'll just start it. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Oh, okay, and the engine light went away. Okay, let me get this area to air out. Let's continue with the tear down of this front end, shall we? Hey, I got it. This thing is mangled, but came off nice and easy. All right, lay this to the side. Now we can get a better view of the damage here. Okay, again, the bike is straight up and down. And look how bad that thing is tweaked. Let's get a look at these forks. Okay. All right. Oh, you're over there. Yep. Straight on down. Nope. That sucks. That's one. And then, yeah, that's two. Oh, looks good from that angle. All right, well, decision time. Do I keep trying to fix this bike or do I go a different route? So let's look into this. Pick this bike up for $21.50. That's what I got it at auction. Now, auction fees, taxes, whatever else brings me to $3,300 right now into this bike. So $3,300. What else? Forks are bent. Couldn't find any used ones. Brand new. At $1,000. $4,300 now. Rim, a couple broken spokes. The rotor, that's all warped up or bent up. Yeah, that's at least a $200 situation right there. So now we're at $4,500. $4,500 right now. Then to top it off, I need handlebars. It was a guard over there that was snapped off. Some other junk, basically. But besides that, the frame is jacked up. Now I could attempt to fix it, pull it back, do whatever, but I'm just worried that I'm gonna mess with the integrity of the frame too much and it's just not gonna be safe. So I did find a used one on eBay, $1,000, right? And it's still coming with a salvage title. So with a salvage title, I would have to get this bike back to riding condition and go through an inspection, which costs money. And then on top of that, then you got to go through the title process again to get it from salvage title to like a reconstructed title. I don't know how much all that's going to cost, but you know, it's still going to keep adding up to the bill. And you know, with that salvage frame, you know, that gets me at about $5,500 right now. And at $5,500, I don't really think it's worth it, because I'm seeing stuff online where people buying brand new bikes for $5,000 from a dealership. You know, it doesn't happen all the time, but still. These bikes are like, you know, around $7,000 or so brand new, so it's not really worth it to me to have a bike that still has a salvage title with it, unless, you know, there's still a lot of meat on there, you know, to either make a profit selling this bike or extra money to buy, you know, other aftermarket parts. Kind of a downer. So I'm not going to finish fixing this bike anymore. Kind of sucks, but it does open up the door for a brand new opportunity, which is stripping this bike all the way down, parting it out, and selling it on eBay, or I think MX Locker, which is something I always wanted to do. So hey, you know, kind of pumped up about that. You know, I'm not gonna let this stop me from, you know, making a profit or trying out another project like this. But for the most part, yeah, it's kind of it for this section of the video. You know, I'm not gonna fix it, and the rest of this video is just going to be me stripping this bike all the way down to bare frame. So if you're done watching, thanks for joining us. If you're going to continue watching, thank you also. But yeah, fun times ahead. I gotta pull this crap apart, inventory it all. I've already ran the bike once, got a video of, you know, the gauge and the motor with the number on the motor, so that'll be up online. I'm gonna sell that as a pair. And this right here, I gotta verify the integrity of this because I don't want to sell somebody junk, you know. So I'm gonna get this up to operational temperature again, double check that it's not gonna leak here because this is the only bad spot of this rad. And then yeah, other than that, most of the stuff is basically good, you know. I mean, these will get scrapped out, but these lowers, I'm gonna try to salvage them. The bars will get tossed. So yeah, let's get it. All right, so just put all this junk back on. This guy right here does not leak, and the fan kicks on. I got her up to 200 degrees. So I'm gonna let this stuff cool off. In the meantime, I'm gonna start ripping this front end. Get out of my way. Okay, well, as you can tell, I got a massive mess to inventory and clean up this frame. I'm probably going to keep this frame. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to probably keep it as my first, you know, auction buy bike that was a failure, and just to remember, you know, fun times. Maybe I'll find a spot to kind of hang it up around here or whatever, because other than that, it's just scrap metal now. So it's probably only worth $3 really. But I gotta go ahead, go through all this stuff, inventory it, and figure out how I want to bundle it, because I don't know if I want to like for the motor, you know, I'm probably gonna rip off that starter because somebody's gonna want to buy that starter. And there was a whole bunch of hoses and stuff that went to like some type of emissions type thing. I'll keep that with it, I think. I don't know. But I gotta figure out how I want to bundle things. Like I took off that sprocket. I could have left it with the motor, but I took it off because I'm gonna keep it as a whole package for a chain and sprocket kit for somebody. And just, you know, other stuff along the same lines. And I'll go ahead and put this stuff up on MX Locker and eBay, hopefully within a month maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But it's gonna wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.